So welcome, everyone. So more people will watch this, hopefully. And Brian and I, as you know, just went to the leadership retreat in Las Vegas, where leadership retreat is for 5 stars and above who earn enough elite points to go. And I get to take a guest, so I took Brian, and we had a great time, and there was a ton of good training from corporate and announcements and workouts. We got to work out with Autumn, and Chris Downing was there, and Megan, whatever her last name is, was there. So it was a lot of fun, and but the best thing about it was just getting to learn from the best, getting leadership training, getting to talk to Brian, and talk about ideas and things that we need to implement for our team, and some changes that we need to make, and things that we can do at the end of the year to make it the best and help us going into January. So we just wanted to share some announcements and some takeaways that we had tonight, and I'll save the announcements for last because I know Brian is not feeling well, so he's going to share his takeaways first. So Brian, if you're ready.
Cool. Thanks, Greg. Thanks, guys, for being here tonight. I do apologize. I am, like Greg said, feeling a little under the weather. Good thing it didn't happen in Vegas, but it always happens. Seems to always happen when I fly. Must be that big tube of just germs trapped with 100 strangers. I don't know, but but I told Greg I'd still be on the call, and if he was kind enough just to let me go first, so I can just talk, and then I'm going to kind of get off and then go right back to bed. Leadership was amazing. This one was brand new to me. This is my second leadership. I actually went on the new coach leadership earlier in the year, and then Greg asked me to go on this one to be his guest. And at first I told him, I actually did tell him no. I was like, well, I said yes, right? And then I said no, and then I was trying to figure it out with my work and my schedule, but it did work out. So I was able to go. And these things are really cool because for a lot of you guys on this call have been to Summit, Wendy, Dave, and Summit is really cool. But a lot of what's on Summit, a lot of the workshops and things like that, is really geared towards new coaches and getting your business going. Whereas the leadership is more like advanced stuff. Everyone, I felt like out of place because everyone there is like 5-star diamonds and above, and I was like, it's kind of like going to like a movie premiere, right? And you see all these celebrities, and
Yeah, Brian was sitting next to Tracy Morrow, and I'm like, Brian, that's Tracy. He's like, who's Tracy?
Who? Dave. I was like, who? Dave's going, I hate you, Brian. But yeah, so a lot of people that I see like on the videos and the training, the coaches that do train Beachbody Champions page. So it's really cool not only to see them and meet a few of them, but then to see some of the top coaches also on stage. One of the highlights, real quick for me, was eating lunch and then breakfast with Alana Molstein, who is the new Beachbody trainer, the nutrition program that's coming out. Greg's going to talk more about that with the announcements, but B2 Mindset. And they announced it there, and then we broke for lunch and sat down, and then Alana came and sat down at our table. They have, like round tables, 10, 12 people can sit there, and Greg and I were sitting there, and she just came over, and so it gave us an opportunity to talk to her, get to know her, and she's just came across as so excited for this new program, just like I took a ball of energy. You know, she just had the smile on her face, and she couldn't stop talking about it. And there was a lot of details that she couldn't share because it's still a ways away. But it was just really cool to get to meet her and talk to her. And then the same thing, then when we went for breakfast in the morning, she came by and sat down with us and talked some more. So so that was pretty cool. So someone that, you know, I didn't know before, new trainer, and I think our program is going to do really well. There's no workouts for this. It's just all 100% mindset and nutrition. So it's a little different. I know with Beachbody we always do personal development, but now here's a program that really focuses in on the nutrition, on the mental side, the emotional side, not counting stuff or using containers or doing macros, but kind of changing internally. And so looking forward to that. You know, a lot of the coaches that spoke, some of the takeaways that I heard, I kind of really needed to hear. And it is, you know, I've been a coach for 4.5 years now. And it's a roller coaster ride. You guys know that. And it was really refreshing to see everybody acknowledged. And when I say everybody, I mean corporate. Carl, in his opening speech, acknowledging that, you know, sales are down, volume is down, the business is in a transition period. They're not blind to it. And they talked about it. You know, maybe other companies wouldn't even touch it and be just like, well, we're going to ignore that. We're just going to talk about all the good things. But, you know, and then all the coaches that came out, they also shared the turbulence that they have had this end of 2016 and 2017 year. And there's many reasons for that, guys. We are in a transition. You know, we don't, we're trying to keep up with technology, and people aren't getting DVDs anymore. And the challenge pack doesn't have the same, you know, punch, and people aren't ordering, you know, they're not finishing a program and then ordering another one. And you know, the election that last year, whatever side you were on, it doesn't matter. But, you know, things like that created, you know, the UK launch. So lots of different things creating this change in the company. But what happens, and you guys know that with change, is that if you stick to it and you stick through it, a lot of coaches have given up. But if you stick through it, you know, you're gonna come out on the plus side with it. And that's what corporate was talking about. That's what the coaches were talking about. It happens in every company, and a lot of people jump ship. And, you know, I don't understand that. You know, you get the good and the bad. But this transition period, we're going to get through. Beachbody, and they admitted it, they're still learning. They're still trying this digital age and how to BOD. And there's lots of stuff, and Greg's going to talk about it. Lots of things that are coming up that is going to create compensatory product sales for us. You know, more consumables, more commissions, more volume, a different way to package our products. So things are going to be changing, and they're changing, you know, for the better. Customer's going to be happy, and the customer is happy. That's the whole point. You know, then we're going to be happy as coaches. And then I'll just go with just some quick takeaways. You know, the vital process, you know, the vital behaviors, it seems like when we go through this transition, and I'm guilty of it too, is that we lose sight of those. We lose focus of those. You know, what are the vital behaviors? Everyone on this call should know what the vital behaviors are, right? But all you guys, raise your hand if you know what the vital behaviors are. Okay. Good. I'm glad everyone raised their hand. Now raise your hand if you know what the vital process is. Okay, Greg's hand isn't up. Okay. The vital process is the process of onboarding and recruiting coaches. Okay, and it lays it right out. I'm not going to go into it, but guys, look it up. That brings me into my second point, is that a lot of the tools and the resources are there. But coaches and all you guys are on this call, Tonight, and I know I say this in a lot of calls, but I treat all of you guys, whenever I do these calls and I'm talking to you like this one-on-one, I look at each one of you as a CEO of your business. So that's how I want to talk to you. I don't want to talk to you as someone who is, and this might be you, someone who is, well, I don't know if I want to work the business, or maybe I just want to learn a little bit and do, that's fine. But on this call, I just want to let you guys know that I'm talking to you like you are the CEO. And if you want to make $1 million, which is what I'm trying to do, Greg's trying to do, that's how I'm going to talk to you. So going back to that vital process, and doing those things every single day. And if you don't know how to do something, or not, I don't know how to use Instagram. I don't know how to use Instagram, but I'm learning it. Insta stories, whatever it's called. These are things that, the times are changing, and I got to learn those things. It's so you got to take it upon yourself to make sure that you are learning. Not going to, we're here for support. Your upline is there for support. Beachbody is there for support. But what I got from the leadership is that we're leaders. We're running our own business. And if things aren't working or something's not right, or you need to learn something, then you got to do it yourself. You can't rely on anybody else. People are going to be there to support you, but you have to take charge. You have to run your business, and you have to treat it like a business. And a lot of the coaches that came up there, they talked about the process that they do when they onboard new coaches, and the successful recruiters. There's no hand-holding. They don't do any hand-holding with their new coaches. They give them the tools, they give them the resources, and then they give them expectations. And if the coaches aren't meeting those expectations, then they don't spend time with them, until they do meet those expectations. And Jamie Fitzpatrick, he gave the 5 things that he tells his coaches as soon as they sign up. And these are coaches, not coaches who are signing up to get Shakeology. Coaches who are signing up to do this to create their own financial freedom, their own business. He gives them the 5 things to do. And the first one is social media, making sure your cover photo is a picture of you, and not a picture of your cats or your, yes, Armando, not your cats, but a picture of your life, not a cartoon character, or your profile picture is that of a minion. You are selling you as a coach. You're not selling Beachbody products. That's not what we do. And if you think that's what we do, then you're in the wrong business, because we don't sell Beachbody products. We sell ourselves. We sell who we are. We're selling us as somebody that can help somebody else. Okay, that is what you are selling, not the products. So if you don't have that picture, and if you're like, well, I don't know how to make then learn how to make a profile picture, a cover photo, and the dimensions it's supposed to be, and all that stuff. Your why, very important. I don't know how many coaches never write down their why, and then they end up, and times get tough and things aren't happening, and then they quit. If you have a strong why, there's nothing in the world that is ever going to stop you. Nothing. And you have to find your why. You have to write it down, and if you want to write that why down and send it to your coach, that's what we're here for. We're here to read it, look at it, try to make it better. Every time Greg and I do the new coach call, that's the first thing we talk about in session 1 is the why. And we also give everybody all the tools to write their why. We give them that 7-layer document that shows them how to do it, and all this. And how many times do these new coaches submit their whys to us? Hardly never. Never. But I'll tell you what, the coaches who have submitted their whys to me in the past, they're my stars right now. They're my star coaches right now. So don't dismiss it. You got to do your why. Number 3, learn how to do stuff on social media. Watch videos so this is what he does with his new coaches. He sends them a bunch of links, tells them, here, this is the video to watch on how to create a Facebook group. This is the video to watch on how to do Insta stories. This is the video on Instagram. So he supplies them with all of these videos and tells them to watch them so they know how to do it. And maybe some coaches know how to do those things already, but he gives them to them. The first 30 training, and this is 4 and 5. The first 30 training, and then number 5 is the business activity tracker. There was another coach that was up there, and I don't have her name down here, but she was telling us about her activity trackers, and Greg and I looked at each other and we were like, that's what we have to do. So what she does is she has 3 separate business activity trackers, okay, for her new coaches that come on. She has a walking tracker, a jogging tracker, and a running tracker. Because not every coach that you onboard is going to want to do this full time and just run with it, right? So she has a different tracker for each type of coach. So if you're a walker, you might say you want to be a runner, but maybe you're just really just a walker. You do the walker tracker. So maybe that's only, friending one person a day, or I don't know. Greg's getting a hold of these trackers, and she gave examples of them. So that's and then the jogging tracker is a little bit more work that you do. It's your power hour, right? This is all the stuff that you're going to do. And then a running tracker is, really hitting it hard. And this is the stuff that you have to do and fill it in. So it goes with, and a coach could do, graduate from one to the other, start with one or whatever. But I really like that idea, and that's something that I'm going to adopt with my coaches. And let me see here. I just lost my train of thought. I had one more thing, but I think that's it. I got more takeaways, but I think I'll stop there.
Okay. Let me share my screen. I do have those.
Oh, you do? Awesome.
And I'll share them after the call. You guys can see that, right? So basically, there's a runners, right, and joggers and walkers. And you can see, it breaks it down into daily behaviors, and they understand this, and obviously, they strive to, they attain 0 to 5 Success Club points in a month, right? So, if you don't have any Success Club points, you're still a walker. If you're a discount coach, you can still be a walker, right? Your goal is, you still want to set goals, and you still want to listen to the National Wake Up Call and do your Shakeology and do your workout and do your vision. And, it still says share and invite one person a day, right? So that's still a goal of a walker, right? I guess, maybe there's a discount coach, which this wouldn't even apply to, right? So this is for coaches that want to work the business, right? They want to kind of do it as a hobby, right? And then it even gives you like a weekly tracker, which you can do like when you set your goals. And then here's the jogger, right? And that's, Success Club 5 to 10 every month. And it gives you more daily activities. And then the runner is, Success Club 20 plus a month. So, it's like, I still have to, work on becoming a runner, because a lot of these things, I don't even do, right? Or I don't even achieve, based upon this. The speaker was Moira, if you guys don't know her. I forget her last name, but she is going to be at, I invited her to be a speaker at the DC Super Saturday in January. So definitely looking forward to her being there. Something else that Brian.
Kuchaba.
Oh, yeah, that's it.
Kucaba.
Yep. One thing that I thought Brian was going to bring up that I really loved was we got to hear the author of the 5 Second Rule, Mel Robbins, And I recommend it. I posted this. I recommend you guys get the book or get the audio. She actually reads the audio herself. And I started listening to it on the airplane ride home, and it was great. I mean, just like her talk was great. She talked about, like her business was falling apart and other things in her life was falling apart, and she was having trouble getting out of bed in the morning, and she didn't have a reason to get up and to start her day, right? And then that just screwed up everything. So she saw a rocket ship taking off, and that countdown is, caused a light bulb to go off in her head. And then the next morning, she counted down backwards, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. And then she hopped out of bed, and she didn't understand how something so stupid could possibly change her life. But then she started applying it to everything in her life. It's like, you don't want to make that phone call to that person, or you don't want to do that invite to that person. Just, and she talked in the book, talks about the science behind it, how it has to be counted backwards. Counting forward doesn't work, because it causes your brain to focus. You got to focus to count backwards. And then you have to go, when you say go, you have to move. If you get up or you move from where you're at, if you have action, then that will cause you to change, right? And that'll cause you to do it. And it's funny, like all the coaches are now, in their post, they're going 5, 4, 1, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go, and then they're doing something, right? And that's what they were doing on stage and stuff, So it's like, if you got that fear, and you can apply it to anything, right? It just helps you overcome something. So instead of procrastinating about it, like, oh, I really need to create that free group, and then dread sets in, right? And then you're like, oh, but then what if no one shows up? Or, oh, well, what am I going to post about? Or what is the free group be about? And then you let the doubt and the failure take over, and then you're like, forget it. Maybe I'll do it next month, right? But if you just say 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go, and then you say, I'm creating the group, I'm posting about it right now, I'm creating the event, then, it forces you into action. And the other thing, one of my big takeaways was Carl's final speech, where he talked about it's totally possible. Did you guys hear that? I think they posted it on 411, the recording. But we gotta change our mindset, just like that program that's coming out that Brian talked about, right? We've had a tough year, right? A lot of coaches have quit. Coaches have lost the belief and have gone to, sell wine or sell go-go juice or sell whatever, right? They've lost the belief, okay? That's what happened. And we have to change our way of thinking. And, whatever our goals are, we have to say to ourselves, that is totally possible. And you're going to see like hashtags, that is totally possible. You're going to see Carl saying that, coaches saying that. That was kind of like the theme, the closing theme, but the theme to the end of the year, right? And he set us a challenge for the end of the year. And, us leaders, he said, take the number of, active coaches you have and multiply that times 5. And that's the amount of challenge packs that he wants our team to sell. And he said, take that number and multiply times 2. And that's the amount of coaches that he wants our team to recruit in November. Okay. So if you break that down, you guys are all, I'm assuming on this call, you are all active working coaches. So your goal from Carl is 5 challenge packs this month. Okay, right? It's November to remember. You guys are hopefully buddied up with a partner. Carl and Beachbody is giving away $180,000. You can win prizes yourself. You can talk to schools and charities and stuff. So go for the 10, okay? Go for the 10 challenge packs. You may have never sold 10 challenge packs in your life, but remember,
10?
10, right? 10 challenge or 5 challenge packs. 5 challenge packs, 10 points, right?
That's not possible.
It's totally possible. Okay, guys, stay with me. It's totally possible. Can you sell 5 challenge packs? Yes. Okay. And the other thing is each of you needs to recruit 2 coaches, okay? 2 coaches. So that's not hard, right? I mean, if you're not Emerald yet, that's easy. Sign up your spouse, sign up one other person. Could be your mom, your dad, anybody, you know? Best friend, talk them into signing up, and that's going to help you launch your business center and make team bonuses, all those good things, right? So 2 coaches is easy. And if you have challengers, talk to all your challengers. You know, your goal is 2 coaches this month. And
yeah, what that they talked about, and what, you know, and also what I believe 100%, you know, hitting diamond guys, that takes work. You know, that takes, you know, it's hard to do. It's going to take a lot of work to hit diamond. Hitting emerald, that's a decision. There's no work involved with hitting emerald. That's your decision, whether or not you want to be an emerald coach. That's what it boils down to. We all have a spouse. We all have, I'm sorry, I don't mean we all have a spouse. I mean, we all have somebody, right? A spouse, a family member, a good friend, somebody that's going to help us with our business and come on board to get the ball rolling for us. I mean, we all know 2 people that can do that for us. You know, so it is a decision. So if you're a coach and you're not Emerald, it's not because you're not working hard. It has nothing to do with that. It's a decision that you made, you know, not to be Emerald. So, you know, when I signed up, you know, that's the first thing I did was I signed up Andrea, and then I just kept asking. I signed up another coach, and I went Emerald. So, you know, and then that's where it begins, and that's where your business begins, is right there.
Yeah, so I mean, that's going to help you change your mindset too, because what that's going to do for you personally. Like if you sell 5 challenge packs, if you help 5 people get started this month, right? And you sign up 2 coaches and now you have a team of coaches, what is that going to do for you? And if we all do that, right? What is that going to do for our team? You know, that is, and if everybody does that, you know, what is that going to do for Beachbody? That is going to turn the tide, right? Everybody's going to stop, you know, moping, stop saying, oh, you know, this business is going down or blah, blah, blah. It's not, right? There are so many exciting things that are happening. We just need to change our mindset and get to work, you know? And, I was going to say that Brian and I are going to help you do that by setting up another sneak peek, right? We've done sneak peek groups in the past, and we're going to do one next week, a week from today, okay? So I will create a group, and it'll start November 14th. It'll be a 3-day sneak peek, and we'll do a webinar at the end like we normally do, and you guys can start inviting to that, okay? All right, so I will go ahead and start sharing some announcements. Did you have anything else to add, Brian?
No, that was it. Yeah, I'm going to take off while you do the announcements and get back to bed. So thank you, guys. Good seeing everybody on the call, and I'll watch the second half of it. But
okay.
Thanks. Good night.
Thanks a lot. Okay, so I think I shared this live. So if you guys saw it live, it will be a review for you. But there was the Portion Fix video, and I think that got shared, right? That's coming out, Autumn Calabrese. It's coming out, I think spring, they said, spring of 2018. What that is it's a standalone program. It's got 12 instruction videos, which will be on BOD. It'll probably, you know, come with meal plans and containers and other things that people can buy just as a standalone program. So, you know, and it comes with an app. So I hope the app will allow you to, do things like enter, foods and amounts or stuff like that, and it'll calculate the containers for you. So this is, could compete with something like Weight Watchers, right? Because there's a lot of people that don't want to exercise or aren't ready to exercise, right? But they do stuff like Weight Watchers and Jenny Craig and stuff like that, right? So now they can use this standalone system, right, with the videos and the books and the recipes and the containers and the app, and they can do everything as a standalone program. And let's see, it's got PDFs and sample menus. And then the second diet program you guys saw was the 2B Mindset with Alana that Brian talked about. And I'm even more excited about this one because, like Brian said, we had a chance to have lunch with her and then we had breakfast with her, and she is just phenomenal. I mean, she lost 100 pounds herself. She is also, a certified nutritionist, and she's on the board at UCLA, and she's on the board at the National Heart Association, and she's got lots of credentials, and she created this program and she pitched it to Carl, and he loved it. So her thing is, it's kind of different than Autumn's, right? Because hers is, portion controls and counting containers and stuff like that. She doesn't believe in counting calories, counting carbs, counting containers. She believes in, changing your mindset, changing the way you eat. And she wasn't able to go into too much detail about how people do that, but she basically teaches you how to, eat when you're traveling, eat when you go out to eat, when you're under stress, eat, when you're whatever, working out, And this, again, is a standalone program. It comes with videos and books, and it's going to come with an app. And I was talking to her about, hey, wouldn't it be great if, we also sold like, meals, like prepared meals that people could order, and prepared snacks and things like that, just like Weight Watchers and Jenny Craig, and, really compete with, those big diet companies. And she smiled and said that's exactly what she wants to do. But, whether she's like, talk to Carl and, folks and see if you could talk them into it, So, that's where she wants it to go. And I think that would be great. I mean, if we did get into that, that would be a huge revenue volume producing thing, because there are so many companies out there that, ship right to your table, right? Prepared meals and stuff. And there's a lot of people that would buy that. So I'm excited for that. That's going to come out in April, they said. Okay. So I think Fix8 will probably be, I don't know, February, March, maybe. And then the 2B Mindset will probably be around April. And then the big news was the bars. You guys know, we've been waiting on bars for a long time. I know they've been working on these for a long time. Like Dave, like we had the P90X bars like way back in the day, if you guys can remember those. And they tasted great, but they weren't that nutritious. So Beachbody, got rid of them. And they said they were going to replace them, but it's been 3 years, and they've been, working on these bars, right? And these are more of a snack bar. I know that they're also working on something like a meal replacement bar, like Shakeology, and they're also working on performance bars. I know that as well. So pre-workout, post-workout bars, that type of thing. So those are hopefully coming as well. But these are like 150 calorie healthy snack bars. We did a video, we tested them. They were pretty good. I know they're coming out with 4 flavors. in addition to the chocolate peanut butter that we tasted and the cherry almond, they're also having a white chocolate berry, and they're having a coconut, a dark chocolate coconut almond. Like, it sounds like an almond joy. So, so I think those are pretty cool. But again, you know, Beachbody has realized that going to BOD, you know, all access, it's great, right? It's mandatory. They had to do it. I recognize it. You know, DVDs are becoming a thing of the past, you know, Netflix, everything like that, you know. You look at Blockbuster, you know, Blockbusters are closing, right? You know, Netflix and things like that are the future. So Beachbody had to do it. The problem is it's like a one-time purchase, right? And now people have all the programs. And now the only thing that we have to sell is a performance line in Shakeology, basically, right? But Beachbody recognizes that. They recognize that volume is going down, right? And they're course correcting, right? They're giving us the theme here. And I talked to Kim Carver, if you guys know who he is. He is a senior director of sales, okay? And Brian and I had a conversation, a private conversation with him where, you know, he admitted, yeah, you know, Beachbody kind of, you know, screwed up and didn't have, you know, consumables ready to go, you know, when we needed them. You know, so we're kind of playing catch up, but they're changing, right? And every program that comes out now, you're going to see a theme. It doesn't matter if it's 80-day obsession or if it's clean week. It's going to have a pack associated with it that's going to generate volume. Okay, so programs are going to be free on demand, but there's always going to be, they call it like collateral, right? That like with 80-day obsession, there's, you've seen the discs and the bands, and there's going to be books and other things that go along with every single program. Okay, and they're going to be putting bundles together, and you'll see those, right? And bars, those are consumables, and those are monthly recurring products, right, that we can start selling and getting volume off of instead of just Shakeology, which is huge. So again, these are very healthy bars. You know, when I looked at the ingredients, I posted the ingredients. You know, it's all good stuff. Kind of tasted like a Lara bar, but I think it was better. I thought it was tasted better than those. It's not like a Quest. A Quest bar is really chewy and gooey. You know what I mean? It's more like a crunchy, you know, light, airy bar. But here's the pack configurations, which is great. So you get a single box, right? And the Coach price is $30. So you get 30 PV for it, right? So that's, you know, I don't know how much, 25% of that is what you would make, but you can get the 2 carton box, and the cartons have 15 bars, right? So you can get 2 cartons, which would be a month's supply. That would be $60 Coach price, $80, you know, for retail. So Coach price, what is that, like $2 a bar, right? And then a little bit more for customers. But if you sell the multi-flavor 3 carton on HD, that is equivalent to Shakeology, right? So that will give people the 90 PV that they need for Success Club, right? So if you have a coach or somebody that is allergic to Shakeology or can't drink shakes, they can order the 3-pack box, and it's equivalent to Shakeology. They would still, you know, be able to qualify for Success Club, get leads, all that good stuff. Plus, you know, have just as much commissions and volume from it. So let's see what else. Okay, challenge packs, right? So I was talking about, you know, the 80-day obsessions and the challenge packs. Just so you know, it's a little confusing that the little sneak peek that's airing now is the live filming of the Little Obsessed okay? Sneak peek. It's a sneak peek to the 80-day obsession, right? That's coming out. The 80-day obsession is releasing. You guys probably want to write this down. It's the 80-day obsession is going to release on January 15th, okay? We're going to be doing a big team challenge group. If you guys want to participate in that, you know, I'll be setting that up, and you can start you'll be able to invite to it and all that good stuff. But they're doing a 1-week sneak peek, which is going on this week, right? They're filming it this week, right? It's live. You guys have noticed it's live. You know, there's little, there's no music, there's no timers, there's no countdowns. There's some, you know, little hiccups, right? Where they're, you know, messing up a little bit or whatever, right? So that's normal, right? Because they're filming it live. So they're filming it live and they're broadcasting it this week, and then it's going to go away, but it's going to come back on December 20th as the official, okay, A Little Obsessed sneak peek. Okay, so write that down, December 20th. It's coming back, and it's going to have full production value, so it's going to have the music and the timers and all that good stuff. It'll be edited, right? And it will stay up from December 20th through January 15th, okay? And the other awesome thing is it will be outside of the paywall, which just like Clean Week, okay? So that means that all of your customers, they don't even have to be your customers, all of your people can sign up, right, and become your customers for free. No credit card required, no BOD membership required, just like Clean Week, okay? So how cool is that? So what we'll do is we'll be running our challenge group, our prep group that, you know, we'll get everyone in there and they can start prepping on A Little Obsessed, right? And we can start, you know, going over the meal plans and, you know, prepping food and all that good stuff. Now that brings us to these packs, right? Like, it's like we want the people to have the bands and the discs and everything that they need beforehand, right? So what Beachbody is doing is they're releasing everything in packs on December 14th, another date to write down, okay? So people can order on December 14th and they can have everything that they need by December 20th. For the Little Obsessed group, okay? And then they could do A Little Obsessed until January 15th, and then we'll kick off the official challenge group. So what are the packs? Okay, so what we want is every coach in your downline, every coach in your team, every customer, we want to buy a pack, okay? So you guys have heard, right? This 80-day obsession is not like normal programs. It's not like any other program that's ever been done. Like every program that ever has been done, it's like 5 to 7 workouts or 5 to 14 workouts, right? That repeat, right? For 21 to 90 days, right? You just pop in the same workout. These are 80 different workouts, okay? 80 unique workouts. Every workout is going to be different, okay? Now, it may be similar, like it'll be like total body core, but she's going to change it, right? She's going to be like, today we're going to be doing, you know, more burpees, and we're going to be, you know, upping how we do it, our bands or whatever, right? We're going to be doing it on 1 foot, you know, or whatever this time. And one thing that she talks about in the meal plans and in the nutrition, right, it's all timing based, and she factors in the supplements, okay? Like no other program, like programs, sometimes they talk about, oh, I'm going to drink my Energize, right? But they don't factor it in to the nutrition plan. This time they're actually factoring it into the nutrition plan, and she's going to be talking about it, okay? So that's why they have this mega pack where people can buy all the performance and all the recovery that they need for the entire 80 days up front. And the benefit there, instead of getting it every month, is they're going to save $128, okay? So if you have people that you talk to about this, and if they're all in and they want to save 128 bucks instead of buying it monthly, they can get the mega pack. Okay, that's going to give 267 PV. That's a lot of freaking commission. Okay, and team volume. So if people don't want the mega pack, and coaches, this is not the coach price, right? This coach price would be less, I believe. But the basic, yes, right. So the basic is $59.95 for customers, and the coach price would be $45 to match the 45 PV and TV. We're going to try to get that up to 50. I talked to Craig Collier about that. We are pushing to try to get that to 50 PV, because that'll help get coaches active, right? Which is great. But everyone should at least buy the basic, because that'll give them the bands and the the discs and the containers and the guides and the calendars and all that stuff, right? So even though they get the program right on BOD, everyone should still get all this stuff, right? Should still get the pack. So that is great. That's great for volume and commissions and all that good stuff, and great for the customers too, because the thing that they talked about that they've learned is when you give everything, when you give a year membership to somebody, and essentially it comes bundled with a challenge pack, it's basically like they're getting BOD for free, right? Or or maybe they're paying $30 for it, right? And so therefore they don't value it. Therefore they're not Beachbody and Carl has learned that because people aren't paying anything, they're not even bothering to complete a lot of times. They're not sticking with it. So if people put a little skin in the game, right, by buying a pack, they're going to be more likely, and that's what they found when they bought the DVDs, that people were more likely to finish it, right, and they were more likely to submit their results. And so by them buying a pack, they're more likely to stick with it as well. Okay, so for new coaches that you sign up and new customers, these are the challenge packs, right? There's a mega challenge pack, combo pack, which comes with it comes with Shakeology and the performance stack monthly, okay? Or no, one-time performance stack, sorry. One-time performance stack and Shakeology HD. That's $240. And then the basic challenge pack is $180. Now, I know that they're going to start, remember how Dave and Armando, you guys have been around for a while. Remember how they used to put things on sale every month? Like Pio would be on sale this month and whatever. That was huge, because whenever they put something on sale, we'd sell, twice, 10 times as much of that as anything else. Well, they're going to go back to that, right? I mean, by having BOD at 160 for the whole year, people they just don't see the value in it, right? They don't buy it because they're not seeing the value in it. But when we are going to go back to putting things on sale, so these packs, you see how the basic is 180, it's going to be on sale for 170. Okay, so $10 off, and all the packs are going to be on sale. And I heard talk from the cab that like the mega pack may be worth more Success Club points than 2 if you sell it. Maybe you'll get 3, maybe you'll get 4, maybe you get 3 for the middle one and 4 for the mega one. How cool would that be? Also, one thing that they learned, you see how there are 3 here? A well-known sales tactic is offer people 3 different options, and most of the time people like us are going to pick the middle option. Okay, like you get 3 different versions, like different levels of a car, right? Like an EX, an LX, and whatever. You're not going to buy the lowest one most of the time. You're not going to buy the highest one. You're going to buy the middle one, right? That's what I did. and that's what customers are going to do too. So we've been selling everything at the lowest end, right? Because we've been offering them one thing. But if we start offering them 3 things, they're most likely going to start buying the 240 version, and that's going to give us more commissions and more volume, and it allows the customer to try the performance stack, you know, for a month. It's a great idea. And then this is like the completion pack, same deal. And this is for people that already have BOD, right? So they could just buy everything else other than BOD, and right, it's not quite as expensive, and they still get the 3 options. So it's great. So with the basic pack, you can see they get to choose between Shakeology and performance, you know. One thing else that I heard that they're definitely working on is making packs configurable. And I know that's coming as well, guys. So like with new program packs, you're going to have the option of, you know, adding stuff to it so that, you know, you can get the bundle discount and add more stuff to it. So, you know, let's say the combo pack, instead of just adding the performance stack, maybe you add the whole performance stack. You know, that's coming too, you know. And you save even more money, right? So this is what the pack looks like. So I think it's going to be pretty awesome. And you guys already know about the bands and the discs and stuff like that. And we're going to see more of this coming down the line. So any questions about that, guys? No? Okay. Let me stop share. And we'll wrap up. So just a couple other things that we're working on. Let's see. We talked about the sneak peek coming up. We've talked about our little obsessed group, right? It'll turn into a big obsession and then an 80-day obsession, right? So we're just going to keep it going. At the end of, right after Thanksgiving, I'm going to be running a team-wide clean week group, another clean week group. So if anybody wants to recruit for that, my target market is the UK. That's who I'm going after. I'm going to be running ads in the UK, and I'm going to be pitching clean week to them to get them started on BOD. So, and I've already talked about that with all my UK coaches. So if you guys want to do that, or I mean, it doesn't have to be UK. You can still go after the US market and get them into our clean week, but that's just what I'm planning on doing. And then also we have a double time challenge group, right? That will be starting next week, right? So if you have anybody doing the double time and you're getting, you know, moms and kids and stuff involved in that, you know, you can add them to our group or run your own group. It's really up to you. So one thing, just to end this, and Amy, I'm glad you're here, because, you know, you're normally, you do your own thing, or you're with the girl team or whatever, and you guys do your own thing normally. But one thing that was kind of like a theme that I heard at leadership was teams are uniting again. You know, like Melanie Mitro, she's got so many superstar coaches, right, who are running their own team calls and doing their own challenge groups and doing their own coaching things. But, you know, with all the struggles that we've all had this past year, everybody is coming back together and they're working together again, you know, because it's hard to do it on your own. You know, and it's hard to plan, you know, events and coaching opportunities and challenge groups and do all that on your own. So I've already talked to Mark Hildebrandt, who has a big team, and, you know, we're going to start having leadership meetings and working together. So, you know, Amy, if you and the girls want to join us for anything, you are welcome to. Just let me know. And we can work together on, you know, push groups or training groups or sneak peeks or whatever. So definitely want to get everyone involved and working together, you know. So anybody have any comments or questions before we wrap up? Dave.
Yeah. Was there any mention of an overhaul of the shop site by any chance?
Yeah, they're doing that already, right?
Okay.
They've already redesigned, well, you know, they redesigned the coach site and they've redesigned the whole Team Beachbody site. So now the shop is totally redesigned, but it's launched in the UK and it's already launched in Canada, and it will launch in the US in December.
Okay. Perfect.
The bad thing for some people is the message boards are going away. Wowie Super Gym is going away. You know, a lot of things like that are going away. But it is a really cool. I love the shopping experience. You know, it's like you can add things, you know, into your cart, and you can build. You'll see. I mean, they gave us a demo of it. I think, wasn't it at Summit? Didn't they give us a demo at Summit? I thought. You guys are not looking at me like you saw that, but anyway.
Yeah, they did, Greg.
Okay.
They gave us a demo.
Okay. I didn't think I was crazy. Yeah.
No, you're not.
Everyone else was snoozing. But there was some very cool things about the new shop, and I'm glad they're doing that. Now, I did hear, and I'm glad they didn't roll it out to us first, Dave, because there are hiccups, and I know like Canada is screaming because like you know how you have your website and you have links, you know, to everything. Well, they broke every single link and nothing works, you know. So I'm hoping that they get all those fixed before they launch in the US. So, all right. So that's it, guys. Was there anything in the chat? Were the bars good? Yes, they were very good. Watch our video. You know, Brian, he liked the cherry one the best. I liked the peanut butter one the best. But yeah, they were very good. I would definitely order them and eat them instead of, you know, what we order now. So, all right, guys. See you later. Thank you.